Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Thursday, October 30th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with the big picture, the weekly chart, and just show that holding above 178.98, this rising channel bottom, does maintain, as I've been saying for weeks now, the 219.64 level as a 2 to 3 month target. Now, with the way things have been playing out for the last week, we could see 219.64 over the next 2 or 3 days, potentially, especially when you take a look at the fact that we closed above. Now, this is the daily chart, the 201.07 structure about 2 days ago. And that was considered a 2 to 3 week target, 201.07, when we closed just about a week ago, less than 4 trading days ago, above the 184.35 formation. We are expecting 201.07 as a 2 to 3 week target. That took 2 to 3 days. And then on Tuesday, we closed above 201.07. That set up yet another near-term buy signal, likely to reach our longer-term objective at 219.64 within a 2 to 3 weeks. And we are 2 days into it and probably 60% of the way there from 201.07 up to 219.64. Now, 219.64 is nothing more than a full wave count. It is a targeting mechanism. Is it inherent resistance? In other words, sellable on a longer term basis? Not necessarily, but the market can grow exhausted here, which is about the same thing. In fact, if I were to back out of this chart and rather than look at over the last 2 years, looking more over the last 3 years, you can see there's a number of things going on here between 219.64 and 228.94. Now, 219.64 and 228.94 are static levels. They will stay there. They do not change on a weekly basis, but we have this rising 7-8 month channel top that this week is at 224.76, which, by the way, we find on the daily chart at 225.41.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the QQQ, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
So let me jump back to that weekly chart, because this is our zone of resistance, targeted resistance over a 2 to 3 month and 2 to 3 week time frame. 2 to 3 months above 178.98, and now 2 to 3 weeks above 201.07. This area of resistance between 219.64 and 228.94, well suited to contain buying, I think, through the rest of the year. Yeah, so I'm going to take you back to, now you don't appreciate it on this chart. I wish you could. I wish we could go all the way back to, I think it's November of 21. This was a significant low, this October 22 low. This was the bottom of a 1-year bear market. That up to that point, if you were to look at the NVIDIA weekly chart, is every bit as dramatic, even more so than from B to C. This is about a 4 or 5 month sell-off. The sell-off that culminated with A here, this low, was a 1-year bear market, as you may recall. So this is a significant low to use. And if you take that low and you subtract it from the January high of this year, that distance, and you add it to C, the April low, you come up with, what do you come up with? 228.94. And 219.64 is not far off the same mark. That is B minus C plus B. So they're both, measurements, swing measurements that are significant on this chart. 224.76 is the weekly rising channel top. This is an area that we expect over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So let me get to the actual trade itself. Any downside dips to 201.07 should be considered a buy opportunity into later November, or however long it takes to reach this 219.64 to 225.41 region where profits can be taken. Now, preceding that, let's kind of zoom in here on the daily chart itself. I'm looking for the right chart, and I know it's here. I just saw it a few minutes ago before I started rolling. Is it here? Yes. Okay. 204.07 is yesterday's, that is Wednesday's low, the low of the all-time high. And if we happen to break that today, I think we probably close the gap, 203.15 as that high from Tuesday, all the way back to 201.07. So breaking 204.77 is a day trade down to 201.07 where profits can be taken for the day. And yes, you can go long here, day traders. Not only day traders, but 2 to 3 week swing traders up into the 219.64 to 225.41 region. Now, if we do close below 201.07, that is a sell signal that I can show here. That is a 2 to 3 week sell signal. I do think if we close today back below 201.07, we've got a good high probably through the month of November, this 179.51 channel bottom, then likely within 2 to 3 weeks, because that is a failure, a significant failure. In other words, the failure to follow through on that buy signal up into the 219.64 to 225.41 region is a sign of weakness, is a sell signal unto itself. The upper 170s and climbing, then considered a 2 to 3 week target. So if you're a 2 to 3 week swing trader, you're actually buying 201.07 in anticipation of upward continuation into the 219.64 to 225.41 region. But if we close below 201.07, that is also a 2 to 3 week trade, a 2 to 3 week swing trade, but to the downside, where you're playing the short side of the market into the upper 170s and climbing, where profits can be taken, and 2 to 3 week swing traders can go long at 178.98, and as well as kind of what I would call a 2 to 3 month time frame as well, with a collapse in volatility which could happen under that scenario. It could take every bit of 2 to 3 months to sort of round our way back up into this 219.64 area. In terms of the day trade itself, just know that holding above yesterday's low of 204.77 allows buying pressures to continue to pour into the market. I don't have a lot for you to hang your hat on, so to speak, in terms of resistance. Yesterday's high was 212.18. We have that as a minor point. You might consider that a pivot point. We could have weighted that as an intraday upward pivot point. If we were to push through 212.18, we just might see that 219.64 intraday with present volatility. Once again, 219.64, the beginning of a range up to 225.41. And in fact, let me go back to this chart, the beginning of a range up to 228.94 that can absorb buying pressures through the rest of the year. And yes, if we were in the coming weeks to close above 228.94, it just becomes continued vertical upside. I don't even have an objective mapped out just yet, but we'll get busy with that if it were to occur. Please click like, share, subscribe, check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. I'll certainly be back tomorrow with Friday's NVIDIA report. You have a great day.